It's too messy to try and stitch shut.
It's not my finest welding.
Go on, Jimmy.
There you go, there's the wee broccoli starting to form.
It's not pretty. More of this, please. Still not very warm, but at least the sun's shining. There's a bit of brightness about. That's just perfect for 3 creek feeders, that trailer. Cows are in a different field, so get the creek feeders shifted for the calves. Still meaning to make a wedge for in there. Not bothering strapping them down, I'm only going 500 metres. Silage field grass is, well, trying to grow. Just so cool. Not been warm at all, so nothing's growing. The creek feeder at the back there, it's trying to fall off the side of the trailer. The front two have got a bit of grub in them, so there's a bit more weight behind them. This feeder's creeping ever so close to falling off that side. So I've just shoved a strap in there to hold it on. Trailer dropped, just need to go and get the forklift. Unfortunately, I have a cow with a very nasty cut. I think she's got caught up in a creek feeder because there's been a creek feeder shifted that was up there, been dragged down the field, so I'm thinking it must have been her. Go on, boy. Euro. Fantastic bull. Always working. Always. Touch wood, when I see him working, it is all physically working. Yeah, this cow, I've just got her in. She's going to need to get in. I think I might need to get the vet to have a look at that because it looks pretty nasty. Jimmy is following along and, oh, here he goes. Go on, Jimmy. He's still a young bull. This is his first year, but you see what happens. Jimmy gets up and going and Euro's not happy about it. 8th of July today, so the bulls at the end of this week will be out for 10 weeks. I'm going to leave them at least another 2. Just with the problems we've had, I'd rather do that than have empty cows. That cow is now in a pen down there, so I'll go and fetch a trailer. We'll get her up to the crush, get her treated. The vet actually is coming here to pick up 2 cases of beer for a raffle, so maybe in return she'll just have a wee peek at that cow and maybe not send a bill. Beers collected for the raffle. Right, let's get this coo loaded up and calf. Right, let's see if we can get up this hill. Low box, diff lock. Let's go. There is kind of a road here, it is. It's got stones and whatnot in it, so it's not too bad. We're past the steepest bit, we're all good. Vet's going to be here 2:30, so it's 12:30 at the moment, so we'll get this cow in, give her a spray, give her a jab of Metacam, just to relieve a bit of pain, get the swelling down, stop the flies getting at it. And then we'll see what Vicky says. A bit more professional opinion on this one, it's quite nasty. Pretty. This is 1 per 40. What's 613 divided by 40? 15.5? 15.34ish. Right, a bit of blue spray, it's called terramycin. This is just to reduce the chance of getting infections. Word of warning, if you don't want to see it's not too pussy, but an open wound basically on a cow, look away from now until the timestamp down there. You ready? Ooh, that's not very pretty, is it? That's not bone. Maybe it's a tendon. Could it be a tendon? Or is it just flesh? It's a fairly large gouge. I'm pretty sure she's done that on the creek feeder. We'll give it a good old spray of this blue spray. She's feeling that a wee bit nippy, but she's not kicking off, which is good. Not the boniest, is it? Reduce the chance of infection. It'll hopefully keep the flies off it as well. It dries really quickly and just makes kind of a seal over it all. Vet will be here in an hour and a half, so I'll get her opinion. Obviously this crush doesn't have anything to lift hoofs up and whatnot. But what it does do when you are dealing with things down here or lame cattle, when you've got them squeezed right in, you've also got the injection gate open as well, locked. It provides a lot of rigidity to it, to the actual animal. So if it takes all the weight off one foot, it's actually really well supported by the squeeze of the crush. Makes it easier for us to work on her and more comfortable for her. She's got less kind of balancing to do. I'm just shove her in this pen at the moment. Till the vet is here. Let's just get a weight of this calf. Details are all pinged up because it's all connected to EID now. 176 kilos. Put on 0.9 of a kilo since the last time she was weighed. Go on then, beast. Out you go. Sunflower update. Not much to write home about anyway. The hint's in the name, sunflowers. They need it. They need the first 2-3 weeks to be dusty conditions, sunshine, warm. And we've hardly had a day of that, let alone 3 weeks. I mean, they are there. There is quite a few kicking about. Nowhere near what's needed to be a full crop. There's patches that are good, patches that are bad. Lots of crow damage, so that plant's come through with its leaves. They've been nicked off, and then this is regrowth. So they're coming again, but there you go. That looks more like slug damage maybe. Just not the year for sunflowers. We're at a really quite critical point for the barley here. It's that head and all the peas are now starting to fill out, but due to lack of sunshine and heat, they're not really starting to fill out. Looking at it now, it looks nice fine crop, nice and level. It's quite tall. Yeah, it is tall. There may be a threat later on if the weather doesn't play ball of some of this cowping over, but it's too late now for any growth reg. Heads have all formed. It's just now at a stage where it's needing sunlight and heat so that all these peas fill out. This is where your yield's coming from. You need that volume in each of those seeds. We've a bit of broccoli growing here. Peas next door. 20 acres of broccoli here though. We've never had any broccoli growing on our ground before. First time. They planted them left to right over the course of a few weeks, so the broccoli at this end are a lot further on than that end. What do they look like? There you go, there's the wee broccoli starting to form. You see it? About half the size of a golf ball at the moment. All planted by hand, all picked by hand. Not too harsh on the ground. Obviously they've got to form the beds, still going in and out with a sprayer and whatnot, but when it comes to lifting them, it's just one tractor, some guys on a unit mounted on the back of the tractor where the pickers can be, and I guess a couple of boxes that they'll chuck the broccoli into. Less chance of the field getting wrecked like it does behind spuds some years. Right, the vet will not be far away, so I'll get back on the road. Right, beast, that's you sorted out. Vet's away, giving you a jag. Verdict was, it's too messy to try and stitch shut. It's not going to work. Didn't want to put a bandage in because it would kind of hold dirt and whatnot, and it was just going to make a mess trying to clean it all out. She's had a jag of Apotil. It's a prescription only, so the vet's done it. It's kind of long-lasting stuff, 10 days for the case of any infection. Metacam was the fine thing to do, and the spray. Otherwise, she's just to stay. Well, she can go back out or she can stay in. It's kind of 50-50 this time of year, but just for the sake of keeping an eye on it a bit easier, I'm going to keep her in. I'm going to bed one of the bullpens so she's nice, fresh, dry bedding. Less chance of picking up infection, disease. Oof. Where it is sliced, there's a lot of tendons and ligaments all in there, so thankfully it doesn't look like she's caused any serious damage to any of them. There we go. This is another job. As you can see, this grain trailer, well, it's more of a dung trailer now, it's got a hole in it. Someone may or may not have been shifting dung with it over the weekend. Put a tine from that through the back door, which I wasn't best pleased at. Not because of the hole, I've done much worse. Everyone breaks stuff, but more because I had to find out by finding it myself. Anyway, get along the road, get it welded all shut. Good to go, yard 1 bound. For anyone new, when I'm talking about yard 1, 2, 3 and 4, they're all basically on one long straight road. Yard 1 to 2, 4 miles, 1 more mile, 1 more mile. So the furthest hurl we've got is 1 to 4, which is 6 miles. Yard 2 is where all the cattle are, cattle shed. Yard 1 is where all the grain store is, grain dryer is, farm shop is. That's the base for the cereals. That's the base for the beef. Yard 3 is tenanted, so we keep some cattle there and we use the straw shed there, otherwise we don't use the rest of the yard. And yard 4 is a grain store for oilseed rape. We've also got a log store and a fert shed. Not had the welder going a wee while. I've no blue. That's not a very nice repair, is it? It's not my finest welding. I burnt a hole through it there. Anyway, it's good enough for the state the back door's in. This door's got a fair few dings and bashes, so that kind of repair's not out of place. I will pick up blue at some point just to cover it over to make it a bit less obtuse. Need to go and load some cattle with Dad. I'm in the hunt for a large stainless tank that'll go on a flatbed, a low loader, something like that. If anyone's got any information of anything kicking about, ideally in Scotland, please get in touch. Going in. Just taking some weights, so we're getting the biggest beasts away. 771 this limousine. Yep. Right, Dad's off for those cattle. Wasted Degrees are back to pick up some malt. Jack is here, so this malted barley is heading up with him. Some of it is for Bandit beer and some is for something coming soon. I'll tell you next week. Gate lady is busy doodling for the new label for the Bandit something coming soon. It's quite tricky doodling a Defender and making it look semi-presentable. Not that I've done it. This is what we've gone with. So that doodle will be on the new Bandit drink coming soon.